A meth lab discovered in this North Fort Myers homeless camp. The fumes from the shake and bake operation so strong, one deputy had to be treated on the scene by paramedics. 4 in your Corner's Lisa Greenberg at the campsite with more on this growing trend and the dangers to nearby communities.
Well, Patrick and Amy, right along this busy road and just feet away from a neighborhood, you'll see this entrance to a homeless camp. Now, this is where Lee County deputies say they found an active meth lab. As cars zoom by on Bayshore Road, near this quiet neighborhood decorated with Christmas lights, tucked away in the woods along this path, a homeless camp.
Yeah, it's true.
That's where Lee County deputies found a meth lab and say 33-year-old Elizabeth Justice is behind it. While searching through the debris, deputies finding multiple plastic bottles of methamphetamine. 183.4 grams of liquid methamphetamine.
Tremendous amount. That's not for personal consumption.
And Brandon Short, an addiction psychiatrist at Next Step in Fort Myers, says it's a growing trend.
We have seen an increase in some of the meth labs that have been in the woods, especially with the people that are making it to try to increase their profits. Those are the biggest drugs that we see abused in the homeless camps.
I got hooked on meth when I was 17.
17, also when A.J. Relaford became homeless.
I had a concrete bed, then I would camp in the woods.
He's now at Next Step for treatment, but says he'd get the hookup at meth labs like Justice's when he lived in the woods.
All the time. A new lab or a new place of cooking, new kitchen. That's the last place you would expect somebody to bust you at.
But Short says it's so popular on campsites because the materials to make meth are easy for the homeless to come by.
A lot of people have propane tanks and also things that are cheap, Brillo pads, cotton, and any sort of glass cylinder that you can find.
Deputies finding many of these items when searching Justice's tent. Short also says aside from being a danger to kids and teens, it's also concerning to neighborhoods nearby.
Possibly catching a small area on fire, which could produce a large forest fire, putting communities at risk. It's certainly a danger that should be looked into.
Now, at last check, Justice was still behind bars at the Lee County Jail. She is expected to appear in court on January 17th. Reporting in North Fort Myers tonight, Lisa Greenberg, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Lisa.